Hello YouTubers, Novscorers here and welcome to episode 11 of The Road to Metroid Switch. This time I promise it's the actual episode 11 of Metroid Switch because last time I got confused because I didn't check the what episode we were on before recording, but this time I'm fairly sure it's episode 11. So with that in mind, we'll continue. We have a lot to talk about in this episode. First of all, I'm gutted, as many of you would know, that Nintendo Direct rumor we all saw. The day, January 11th came. What we got was a mini Direct, whatever even that was. Just announced a bunch of DLCs and Dark Souls for Switch and I think Mario DLC or something. And that was that. We didn't get anything Metroid related. So that was hyped up to be nothing. But since then, there's been some pretty big rumors. Again, take them with a grain of salt. I'm hoping these to be true, but I don't know because I got disappointed by Nintendo Direct, so I don't want to get disappointed by these. First of all, though, the rumor is going around that there's a new 2D Metroid game in development. Now, I got excited when I first saw this because I remember reading what Sakamoto was saying after Samus Returns came out, and he was saying that the next game wouldn't be a remake, that they wanted to do something new. And I was like, maybe they'll go back and they'll do Metroid Dread or Metroid 5 or whatever they'll call it. And I was thinking, maybe not. And funny enough, before this rumor came out, I was thinking to myself, will there be another 2D Metroid game? Like, would they give us Metroid Dread? Would we really be that lucky? And then next day I see this. This could potentially be Metroid Dread. Listen to this. So the rumor said that there's been a 2D Metroid game in development for many years now, and early in development it went into production hell. Sound familiar? I'm hyped as fuck. When I read this, I completely lost it because that's indicating Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread went into production hell. It was what Nintendo said happened to the game, and it's been in development since 2005. So this could potentially be it. Now people are thinking this game will come for the Nintendo Switch because there's some stuff about the 3DS being at the end of its time, which I don't really believe because I was looking into that and it just said the new 2DS, the new 3DS, so I don't know about that, but apparently this is the last year for main first party 3DS games. So I think it would be really great if they put this on the 3DS, popular to most belief, because they gave us Federation Force. Granted, people were disappointed. I loved the game. Then they gave us Samus Returns. People loved the game. I hated it. And now they gave us Metroid Dread. That'll be 3 games in a row, 3 years. It's like them redeeming themselves for that 6-year hiatus the franchise went on. So if they could release a final Metroid game in the final year of 3DS and have it be that game that's been developing for many years, that would just be the ultimate delight. And more on that, so we could see a trailer maybe at E3 if this turns out to be true, and we're probably going to get a trailer for Metroid Prime 4. So again, for the third time in history, we're going to get 2 Metroid games at E3 potentially. Let's not get hyped. It's probably unlikely. It's more unlikely than last year, but let's keep our hopes up. On to Metroid Prime 4. There's been some big news. Recently, Nintendo of Scandinavia were talking about games that are coming out in 2018. They mentioned Kirby, I believe, Bayonetta 3, and Metroid Prime 4. Then they followed that up, they changed it later, and they edited out Metroid Prime 4, but bear in mind, Nintendo of Scandinavia, their websites are not run directly by Nintendo. They've got people doing it for them, but the people probably know the release dates of these games, so it's potential that Metroid Prime 4 is coming in 2018, which is ridiculous. I thought it would come in 2019 because that would give them time to give the Metroid Prime trilogy out on Switch, which I would love. I want to play it on the Switch with the Joy-Cons. And I remember there was a rumor going around that Metroid Prime 4, you'd be able to play it like the Prime 3 style on Switch or with normal Switch controls. But apparently, other than that, there's been some rumors that Metroid Prime 4 is coming out in the holidays at the end of 2018. Which makes sense in a way because Metroid games come out in usually August, September or November. to my knowledge, all the Prime games, or at least most of them, have been out in November. So for Metroid Prime 4 to come out in November, it's fitting. And supposedly there's going to be another Nintendo Direct in a few days, because usually they follow up mini Direct with a big Direct. So within the next 20 days we could potentially see a trailer. I'm not going to get hyped for this because, you know, we had one Direct already and that turned out to be a disappointment. But I have an idea of how Metroid Prime 4 is going to play out. Not in terms of story, but I've gotten a Nintendo Switch recently. I love it. It's amazing, especially on TV. I've played Mario Odyssey and I'm playing Breath of the Wild. And I noticed similarities between them. Both of them have huge open worlds and both of them have customizable options. You can change your look and stuff like that. And interacting different, when you ask questions and you have like different options. So I'm thinking Metroid Prime 4 might go that route. Personally, I wouldn't like a customizable mode because I think it would just kind of ruin it for me, but who knows, they might do it. Or what I think would be really awesome would be if they had an alternate mode where you could play as, say, Psylocke, for example, or play as Samus. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool. But I was kind of funny that this came up because I was kind of thinking to myself lately, I was kind of scared that we wouldn't see it for another good few years because Breath of the Wild was in development since like 2013, and that only came out last year. So I was thinking to myself, Metroid Prime is naturally a huge world franchise, so if they're going to make it even bigger, then it could take many years, but the rumors are saying otherwise. We still don't know the development team. Apparently it's becoming more likely now that it's not Bandai Namco, so I know what to make of it that. But yeah, I'm hyped as hell about E3, but I'm kind of curious as to what else they're going to show, because with their announcements lately, they've shown a lot of stuff that could have been saved till E3, in my opinion, but who knows. If we get Metroid Dread and Prime 4 at E3 this year, this will be the most legendary E3 in the history of Nintendo. Like, this E3 this will be the redemption for Nintendo. If we get Metroid Dread and Prime 4, or just Prime 4's trailer, this will be huge. And like a lot of people, I like that they're doing 2D on the 3DS and then 3D on the Switch. It's I think it works, but they've done it technically once already because Federation Force doesn't really count because it wasn't a companion game with that. And it's kind of funny as well, looking back, that a lot of the big open world Mario and Zelda games came out with Metroid, for example. You had Mario Galaxy on the Wii with Twilight Princess on the Wii, came out with Metroid Prime 3. They were both on the Wii around 2007. All three of them came out in 2007 to my knowledge. And they were both pretty big open worlds, so we've had Breath of the Wild first, then Mario Odyssey, and now the best for last. So yeah, I want to get hyped, but I'm terrified that this will turn out fake. Because after that Direct, it reminded me of the disappointment I had in like 2013, 2014, waiting for E3 and not getting Metroid, and who knows, but this is pretty big. I guess we'll find out within the next 20 days if this is true. Again, I don't know. Do I think it'll be true? I have a feeling the Metroid Dread one could be true. I mean, if you look at it, Samus Returns was in development since 2012. We know that from the concept art. Then it got scrapped. Then they began working on it again in 2015. So it's not too far-fetched for them to bring back Metroid Dread. Because think of it, where else are they going to go in the franchise? They can't just keep doing remakes. There's only two options to go. Metroid Prime 4 they're doing, so Dread's the only one left. But the question that's come to my mind is that, will Metroid Dread be the final chapter? Or will there be something more? That's going to be the really good question. I think this Metroid Dread could be critical to the franchise. And again, so is Prime 4. So, you know, we're at a really critical point. If these games... well, we don't know if Metroid Dread's happening. It's just a rumor, but Prime 4 is definitely happening. These games will either make or break Nintendo, or at least this franchise. So, it's let's just say the tension is high, the hype is on, and it's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be a Metroid fan. So with that, I don't think I've anything else to say. I just wanted to get that out of my system. Um, yeah, next episode could be within the next 20 days. I'll let you all know on that. Thank you all for watching, and please subscribe. Nova Scores out.